Hey everybody. Well, we're now in the month of May 2023. It's starting to get warm outside and it doesn't look like it's going to change anytime soon, which means it's only going to get hotter. And as some of you know who've been following my channel, I'm not a big fan of the heat. So it looks like I'm probably going to be hanging up my hiking boots until the fall. However, until that time, I am going to put out a few other types of videos to fill in the gap. And one of the things I'm looking to do is go back to some of the old hikes that I've done over the years. I've had different photos and maybe a few short video clips of hikes that we've done going all the way back to the late 2000s. There's a few of them in Louisiana that I may be able to go back and put together in the form of a slideshow video. Also, just in the last few years, we took a couple of trips out of state. One was up in the Ozarks in northwest Arkansas, where we went on a couple of short hikes, and we also went to the Smoky Mountains just a few years ago and walked a little bit out there too. So I'm going to see what I can do. I'm going to try to put together a few hikes from the past, slideshows, and then I'm going to get into later on this summer in-depth discussions on a couple of trails that we're working on. As many of you know, when I started this hiking channel, I talked a lot about the Bayou State Trail, which is something I've been working on for about 3 years now. And as time goes on, things are continuing to progress to the point where it definitely looks more like it's a reality. It may take a while still, of course, but it definitely looks like we're going to end up having this trail in some fashion developed over the next several years. So I'm going to dedicate a video talking about it, just like I did earlier this year when I had talked about the Eric Heber-Kisatchie Trail. And then there's another one that we're just starting to scratch the surface on. We haven't even introduced it publicly to anyone in the area where this trail would run, but it's an idea that came to mind for me back in November, December of last year. And so I started working on this, and then there was a volunteer for the Bayou State Trail Association that took it and ran with it. He came up with a really good potential route, and that is a potential longer distance hike in the Tunica Hills area, which is just north of Baton Rouge in St. Francisville, connecting several existing trails, similar to the premise of what Eric Heber had come up with for the Kisatchie Trail. And it would connect several trails already there. One of them is actually one I just hiked a couple of weeks ago, which was the West Feliciana Sports Park Trail. And again, we haven't introduced this to the public yet, but by the time we do have that opportunity to present, we'll then go back and we're going to have just a video conference call between the two of us that I'm going to record. And I'm going to go ahead and let him explain the route in further detail. But this potentially could be another longer route that people could use as an option to hike here in Louisiana. And with Kisatchie, of course, that's the other very well-known section of the state that people hike, and Tunica is arguably probably the second. So we're really excited about the potential there. And then we're going to get close to the end of the summer at that point, and that's when I'll come back around in September, which I'm going to try to do every year, and announce what my scheduled plan is for the hikes that I have in mind for the fall of 2023 through the spring of 2024. I'm pretty much 90% certain of what I'm going to do, but of course things can change in between now and then. And so I'm going to go ahead and finalize some things over the next several months, and then I'll push that out sometime in September to basically officially kick off the fall. But I do want to thank everyone that's been watching these videos since I started last fall. The views have been great. The comments, the likes, the shares across several different social media platforms has really been very encouraging, and I have enjoyed doing them, and I'm going to continue to do so moving forward. So I definitely wanted to thank everyone that's been watching me the last several months. I hope you continue to watch me during the summertime, and of course when I start back up again in the fall. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you again soon, probably in the fall, on another Louisiana trail.